Balasana, child pose. So in a Balasana is one of the posture which give the instant benefit. See, it really helping us to relaxing your mind immediately. Immediately, if you do just a 2 minute and you feel completely refreshing, you try it by yourself. So when you do the Balasana child pose, so what you're going to do, your knees are directly underneath your torso. Okay, there are two postures, they are similar, Balasana or Sasankasana. As you open, can you please open your knees a little bit more wider? So as you open your knees more wider, it changed the posture. It's called a Sasankasana now. Okay, like a downward facing dog or mountain pose. In my class, you're practicing the downward facing dog. In Rahul class, definitely you're practicing in sun salutation, mountain pose, Parvatasana. Similarly, it's similar but a little bit different. So in a Balasana, what you're going to do, we'll keep our thighs underneath our torso, so you have a space. So you're going to open your knees, your hip width apart, okay, not wider than the hip. But if somebody have like a big belly or women, those are pregnant, they can open the knees and they can hang the belly between the thigh. They can, it's not okay, you cannot do like that, okay. It's not like, okay, you cannot do Balasana like that. So as an alternative modification, we can modify this posture. You can open the knees like that. People, those have a big thighs or the big muscles, like really fat on the belly. When they bend down, so what happens? They cannot touch the head down to the floor. Okay, for the people, and for the women, if the fetus start to growing, so it's hard to reach the head down. Or also, first of all, they shouldn't do the child pose, women those are pregnant, because it's compressing the abdominal region. All the exercise you're working on the forward bend, twisting, they have to avoid. For the women those are pregnant, no twisting or no forward extension or no any position where you are laying on the belly. Okay, it's totally uncomfortable for the fetus. So what they have to do, only they can do maybe in standing position or sitting position, some side movement, very gently, some side movement, or some exercise for the hip, butterfly, or maybe some rotation of the elbow, shoulder, neck, okay, and some only the lateral movement. And from the standing position, maybe they can go like little bit this, little bit hip movement, but no this movement. Okay, now get back to the point. Child pose. Can you please do the child pose one more time? So now see, in a Balasana position, our heels, we're going to rest our buttocks on our heels and our forehead comes to on the ground. And the hands are, it depends how you're going to keep your hands. If you're doing active stretch in this position, you can keep your arms forward. If you want to relax in this position, so if you want to relax, you have to relax your arms and shoulder completely. So you can take your hands beside of the body like that and palm facing, relaxing the elbow, shoulder down. Forehead comes on the ground. But make sure that you are not forcing your chin to touch to the floor or nose to the ground. Otherwise, see what happens? It collapses our cervical. So as we start to having this, can you please do one more time? Like, can you touch your chin? Yeah, as we practicing the child pose like that, we have that that arch on the neck. But as long as you keep your neck like completely straight, so it really helping us to get the nice benefit in a child pose Balasana, not to having the blockages, not to collapsing the cervical region. We're going to work on the extension of the spine. So first of all, it's also a challenge for the people those have a very stiffness on the glutes. They cannot touch the heels down. The buttocks are hanging up of the heels. Okay, so what we can do for them, if somebody feeling okay, they cannot rest the buttocks on the heel, so we can give them the cushion. Can you please a little bit up? Like you can give them a little bit support, like one, can you a little bit more up? Now, down. So you can take the support of the cushion a little bit, okay, underneath the sitting bone. Or as a adjustment, can you please, okay, take it, okay, relax, sit down. So if I'm helping her to just be comfortable or stretch her glutes in this position, so what I'm going to do now, I will keep my hands on her waistline. Also look at here, most of the time, when you're doing active class, so we don't have so much time to assist each and everybody. But when you're relaxing, then you have more time. When everybody is relaxing or when you pause the class, you have a time to assist. So when you're assisting somebody in Balasana position, how are we going to assist here? First, let them ask them, make sure that they don't have any knee pain or ankle pain. If somebody having knee pain, ankle pain, asking them to rolling the calf out like a Vajrasana in first class we did. Now they are fine, so we can keep our palms, like see, I keep my hands, fingers pointing out, and I keep my hands on her waistline here. So what I'm going to do, I just very gently to press her sitting bone down towards her heel. First adjustment here of the child pose. Now, for example, if I see she is having the roundness on the spine, she cannot keep her back is already straight. But if somebody find having the stiffness on the back, cannot keep the back straight. What I'm going to do, I will ask her to do a little bit active stretch. Can you please take your arms forward, next adjustment. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now, the next movement, I will help her to make her spine longer. Keep watching here. So I maintain the equal pressure, the same pressure on her waistline, so bring her buttocks down to the floor. But if you feel you cannot push too much with the hand, so you can use your hand like that, fingers pointing back towards yourself like that, and even you can take a little support of the knee. Okay, but don't push the knee like that. Okay, it's uncomfortable, it's really painful. Okay, sorry. So you can keep your hands like that, and you can add more pressure by using your knee. So make sure they are comfortable. You can press like that. Now, other hand I'm going to use to help her to make her spine a little bit longer, and it really helps to release a lot of tension from the lumbar region. You can, when you try, you feel by yourself. Okay, let's try once again. So look at here, I keep my one hand on the waistline, I press her buttocks down, and I'm going to keep my other hand here. So remember, every asana, when you do the work on the forward bend, this is also, she's doing the forward bend. We're going to use the same adjustment, similar adjustment, a little bit changes, but most of them going to be same. So I press her pelvic down, and I keep my hand on her lumbar, on the upper back region, on the thoracic spine. I will ask her to take a deep breath in, and now as she exhale, I'm using my hand to slide her spine forward, not pressing like that way. Okay, very gently. Take a breath in once again. You stable your hand, make sure you are not slippery like that. And then as she exhale, I'll try to extend her spine a little bit more. Is okay, Ji? Yeah. You can move your head a little bit forward. Yeah, like that. Breathe. Once again, take a breath in. And as she exhale, I'll try to press her spine a little bit more forward. Is okay for your ankle? Yeah. Very nice. One more time. Take a breath in. And then exhale very slowly. So I'm not sliding my hand like this, a little bit uncomfortable. So I keep the strong same pressure on my one hand on her shoulder, on her hips, and then with the other hand I slide her spine forward, try to make a little bit length on her spine. Okay, these two adjustments we can do in a balasana to assisting our partner.